Hi all, it's Kara from the Transformation Mom for ABCDE, and today is Wacky Wednesday. And so like I said, I'm just going to do whatever I want on Wednesdays on my channel, and I'm going to try to keep this up, and we'll see if these titles last or not. It's just something fun. So today what I really wanted to do was I wanted to come back with you and show you, after I had shown you how I got all my Dollar Tree junk journal materials, how I'm going to create the cover. So this is 12 inches. So it is just about 12.5 inches that way and wide, and it is about, so I'm just going to write that down, 12.5 wide, and it is about 10.25 tall. Okay, so that's just the basic measurements for this gift bag. So the first thing that we need to do is, we need to do something with this end over here, and it's just more of it needs, it's a little bit going to be unwieldy. So I am just going to get my Carl trimmer, and what I want to do is I want to actually have a pocket in the front and the back of this, so that if I want to do some extra stuff, that I have this pocket. So what I thought is that I would just simply cut off the end that would normally, like when you would open it up, it would be the end that had the bottom. So now you can see that there is no bottom to the bag. You can see straight through to the other side. And so now we have this little pocket, which we're going to have to fix here in a second, but you'll see what we're going to do. Okay, so there is the basics of the bag. And like while we have this out, I just want to talk to you a little bit about, in the spine, I like to put Tyvek, especially if I'm using a gift bag. It just helps it mold a little bit better. If I don't have any fabric in it and it's all just paper, which this gift bag is, then I like to use this. So what I wanted to do is just cut a piece of Tyvek while we're here. Now, if you've never heard of Tyvek, Tyvek is the thing that envelopes are made out of. Now you can just buy Tyvek. There's also like Tyvek suits that they use for hazmat. So that's kind of what Tyvek is. Now I'm estimating that my spine is going to be about 1.25 inches, and so I'm going to make the Tyvek 2.25, and then I said that this was about 10.25 tall, so I'm just going to make it 10 tall just to make sure that I'm not interfering with the rest of the bag. So that is my basics for my Tyvek, and that's pretty much all I'm going to cut for this. So I'm going to set that aside. So now what I need to do is I need to fix these handles, because now both of them are going to be on the front cover, and I'm thinking that I want one of them on this back cover. So what I'm going to try to do here is, what's nice about this is that it is a tie. It's not like glued in there or anything. So I'm just going to try to use my picker, because I don't really have any nails, because that's my fault, because I like to chew them. And I think I get bored. I get bored sitting at appointments or just sitting doing nothing in the evenings, and I just chew them. Not a good habit, but I do. Okay, so we're just going to pull out that side, and I'm actually just going to leave that one tied. And I'm also going to just remove this little gift card part. I'm not even going to worry about saving it or anything else. I'm just going to remove it because I don't want it. Okay. So now what I need to do is I'm just going to fold this in half like that. And I'm going to line up those two edges. Okay, I'm hoping you can see this. And then what I'm going to do is I am just going to draw little centers right there and right there where I should put some holes. So can you see those? Okay. I'm just going to use my crocodile because it's out. And this is my regular crocodile, not my big bite that I had showed you in an earlier video. And I am going to use the smaller size of it because that's about what size the holes are. And let's see if it's actually going to work, because it might actually be too big now that I said that. And all I'm going to do is line up my hole with the crocodile, punch it, and get my hole puncher paper out. Again, line up my hole, punch it, and that is it for that. I'm going to set my crocodile aside. So now what I want is, you know, there's holes in the front and the back. They're really not going to bother me. I think I'm going to cover this with some kind of paper anyways, so we're just not going to worry about that for right this second. So what we're going to do is just simply get this, and like I said, I really want this back part to be a pocket. So we're going to just try to get these three. Let's see if I can twist them together a little bit. See if I can get these into the back here. Let me see if... I got one in. See if I can get the other two in. There's another one in. Okay, let's get the third one in. Come on. There we go. So now we can just pull them all three up and through. Now what I want to look is, they're all kind of just hanging there, so it's not like they're all, you know, one way. Okay. Hoping I'm in the frame still. I get busy doing something and then I forget that I have a frame here that I'm working in. Okay, there's two of them in there. Come on, let's get the third one in. So there's a channel called, her name's, I think Climby's Creations is the actual channel, and she uses these gift bags to actually make scrapbooks that look like purses. And so, you know, if you ever get a chance, go over and check out her page. They're really, really, really cute. I'm hoping that maybe I could try to make one online here in the new year, but we'll see how things go. Sometimes my plans with 5 kids end up crazy. So there is that part. Now, one of the things that I wanted to do was I wanted to just see something here. So you can see that this has some like plastic in it, or not plastic, some cardboard in it. So I'm just going to get my Scotch tacky glue, and you could use a glue stick, you could use really any kind of glue that you have, even if you have regular tacky glue. Let me see. You know, if you had regular tacky glue, it has a little bit of a, maybe a little bit of a, it must have not been all the way on, and so it has a little bit of a clog in it. So let's see if I can get it out. There we go. So what I want to do is just get this, you know, a little bit of glue in here, just to get this all, and get this flap. Come on. And again, I'm probably going to be covering this with paper anyways up top. So I don't want, you know, I'm not going to get too crazy, but I at least want it to be down a little bit. So, okay. Now let me see if I can find my, you know, my handy dandy towel. I'll put it down here. Actually, I don't need to put it down yet. Let me squeegee this first. Rubber. Ooh, I've got a lot of glue up there. See? If you've watched me for a while, you know I make a mess. There is a song by Lori Berkner, and I think I might have said this before, and it's like, I'm a mess. I'm a mess. I'm a big old messy mess. And that's how I kind of feel. And I kind of want to get this off the outside here because I really didn't want to have to cover the outside of this with anything. So you can see my mistake. I added way too much glue this time. But it will stick, hopefully. Let me make sure there's not enough still left on the outside here. Okay. And again, this is going to be the back side, so I'm not completely sad about it, but we'll just... There. Okay. So we're going to let that side dry for a few minutes while I talk about our next step. Because this glue dries pretty quickly. So now you can see that it has a nice little pocket and it's not all sticky uppy. Okay, let's let that dry. But while I'm letting that dry, we're gonna work on the other side of it. And the other side of it's just simply, we are going to fold this over. Let me make sure I'm not getting glue everywhere. Okay, we're gonna fold this over. And I am just simply going to use score tape because I have it and it's easy, but you could easily just glue this, just as easy glue it down with your favorite glue. You know, some people use Eileen's tacky glue to do this, some people use fabric tack, some people, you know, whatever glue you have. I mean, you could even probably, you know, you want something that's a little bit strong though, because this is, you know, where the bag was manufactured to fold, but you know, you just want to make sure you get something on there. So you don't want this bag to keep on, or this flap to keep on pulling up. So note yourself when I do this, and I think it's because this bag has kind of a sheen on it, if that makes sense. It's not the normal bags that I use are, sometimes when I make these, I use a bag that is just like a craft cardstock. It's almost like a paper weight, so it doesn't have this sheen on it. And so I'm thinking that part of my glue issue just now was because of the material of this bag. And I'm still pushing out glue when I'm doing this. So that's how I know I use a lot of glue. Okay. So now what I want to do is I want to actually come into this side, and if you look into this side, I don't want this pocket to be too deep. I only want it to be like this half. So I am going to need to my glue in here. I'm hoping this, I'm going to need to get my glue in here and go right. Oh, come on. See if I can use my finger and spread some of that out. But I just wanted to make it so that it doesn't, what do I want to say? And when you put something in this pocket, it's not going to go all the way into the journal. It's just going to go so far. So that's kind of where I'm going here. So that is going to be that part. And then we're just going to put it down. And try to get that. And I still have glue on my brayer. That's what they made cleaning stuff for. Okay, so now that should hopefully, yeah, see now it's like a little pocket. I don't think I have enough glue over here. So there's 2 more steps to this, and they're pretty simple. Now that we got all those pockets done, we are going to get our scoreboard. We're going to put this on our scoreboard, and we're going to start. This is this will be the front cover. This is going to be the back part. So what I want is a spine, and I want it to be 5 3/4 from each, or not a spine. I want the spine to be 5 3/4 from that. So you're going to go 5 3/4, and you're going to just try to real nicely score it down. Oop. I think I got a little off. And see, again, you're going through 2 layers, so it is a little difficult. And then we can fold on that. So that's what our front cover will look like. Okay. Then we're going to go to our back. We're going to go right here. And we're going to go to 5 3/4. And one thing I want you to notice is that leaves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's about 1 1/4 of my spine, which is what I said it was probably going to be. So there is that part. And again, we're just going to fold right along there. Let me move my scoreboard out of the way so that I can really get this down with my bone folder. You don't have a bone folder, you can use the edge of your ruler. And there's millions of options that way. So there is the basics there. Okay, so there is the basic of our cover. I think it's going to look really pretty. So now our last step is going to be, and again, we don't want stuff just to get lost in this pocket. So, and we want the spine to last a long time. So we're going to have to put this tie back in there. So we're just going to open this up a little bit. And what I'm going to do is I am going to try to get the tie back into the bag. Just like that. Yep, we're going to try to work inside the bag. And I know it's probably hard to see what I'm doing. But we're just going to try to get that tie back down into there. Get my fingers and rub that all in there. And then we are going to put it down, braid it. Okay, and then we are going to open that back up now that it's in there. And you can see it's right here on the inside. You can see it right there. And we are going to, oh, I hate when my glue is like almost empty, but it's not quite. So you have to shake it every time you want to use it. I'm sorry, you can't see. And then I am going to put glue up here too, so that these flaps aren't open. Okay, let me see if I have enough glue to get it all spread around here. Try not to get it up too far up here. Okay, so now we're going to just push that down. Okay, so there is, let me just get this little bit of glue I just got on there. Okay, there is going to be our basic book cover. So you can see we have, in here in the center, we have this pocket here. It can only go so deep because of the Tyvek glued down. We have this one because we glued down that pocket, and there it is, 1 1/4 spine. And the covers are going to be roughly 5 3/4 by 10 1/4 tall. So there is the basics of our journal for our January daily. So it's Kara from the Transformation Mom for ABCDE, and I'll be back to show you how we continue with this journal.